Hello everybody, it's nice to meet you all once again in another video lesson. And in this lesson I would like to talk about the portrait of an artist as a young man by the most famous modernist writer, James Joyce. Uh, we all know that he is someone who was so precise in his writing, and he experimented so much with language, especially in his novel The Finnegan's Wake, where it is extremely difficult for even the greatest scholar to finish that novel in a few sittings, because I think he's used more than 17 European languages officially in that one particular novel. And moreover, his writing is so tailored or sculpted, you just cannot find any extra words or winding up of sentences unnecessarily, things like that. And now, talking about this particular novel, The Portrait of an Artist as an Young Man, some consider it as an autobiographical work where the author has talked about himself in the name of Stephen Dedalus, who's the protagonist of the story. And the name itself, Stephen and Dedalus, it's something that as a researcher everyone should look into, because the Christian name Stephen, being Irish, the author himself, the significance, the name, the significance of the word Stephen, and the significance of the word Dedalus, where Stephen is considered to be the first martyr among Catholics, the follower of Jesus. He was stoned to death by the Jews. He was the first martyr, in Christianity. He was stoned to death because of his acceptance of Jesus as Christ and being his follower. And the word Dedalus, taken from Greek mythology, as a person who represents freedom. He wanted to escape from the labyrinth where he and Icarus, they made wings of which were attached with wax, and they tried to escape the labyrinth. And the fall that they did was they flew too close to the sun, and the wax melted, and ultimately he had to fall down into the Aegean Sea. But leaving that part apart, the name itself, Stephen, one being a martyr, and Dedalus, one who wants to be free, in search of freedom, the oxymoron, the juxtaposition of these two can be found in the artist, where as a young boy, Stephen, he was attached too much to, or rather he was attracted to Christianity, to Catholicism. He wanted to become a father. He was ashamed of sin and getting involved into one sin after another. And the concept of epiphany, for which our author James Joyce is very famous for, again, which is taken from Catholicism, where you see something and suddenly that particular image would lead you to a realization or understanding of something very vast. Things fall into place, understanding facts. An artist as a young man, this concept of epiphany is presented so beautifully by the author, where this character, Stephen Dedalus, he goes to the beach, he takes a dip in the sea, and then he watches a young girl who wants to take a dip in the sea, and suddenly she's so beautiful, and all the beauties of life fall into place for him. The shunning of freedom or love or liberty that comes along with priesthood, and as an artist, his search for freedom, his search for beauty, his search for life, everything falls into place. And he decides, finally, Stephen Dedalus, he decides that he wants to become an artist, not he just wants, he needs, in fact, to become an artist. And he decides that he's not going to be a priest anymore, and he goes for his higher studies and develops into being an artist, which is being very beautifully portrayed by the author. And we will have more discussion about this particular novel in the forthcoming sessions. Thank you very much for watching.